What's up everybody, Derek here, and today I was wanting to go over my top 5 clear water lures that I like to use, whether it's got rock or wood or grass or anything in it. And my overall lures that I like to use typically are more moving baits than they are slow. So if I have to slow down, I will, but 3 of these, 4 of these actually are more of a moving bait rather than a slow moving bait. But in that clear water, whenever you get into those back pockets or just about anywhere with current, a spinnerbait is almost always going to catch them because it's getting that flash. It's putting off a little bit of vibration, but those fish really will hone in on that shininess of those blades fluttering. And especially if you're in wood, these work awesome. Pulling these down and just hitting limbs or hitting stick ups or lay downs or anything. And I've even caught some good fish that are down deep in clear water with spinner baits, but those have been on 1/2 ounce. But typically I use a 1/4 ounce or a 3/8 ounce, and they will flat out catch them if you're fishing that clear water. And another one that I like to use that will pull fish up from the deep and it'll catch them up shallow is a jerkbait. These things twitch with a cadence. I usually go a 1, 2, 3, let it pause. 1, 2, let it pause. And I'll just repeat it, just going back forth. And usually those fish, whenever that bait stops and just sits, if it's a suspending type jerkbait, those fish will just go chomp on it. They'll just see that reaction and then all of a sudden a stop, that hesitation, that gives them an opportunity to feed. And smallmouth love them, largemouth love them. And fish can be on vertical drop-offs and they will come up from deep depths just to come up, even in cold winter months, to get a jerkbait. So if you're ever jerkbait fishing up shallow or deep, definitely give it a shot in clear water because you're definitely going to probably catch some on it. All right, this is one lure right here, but it's actually 2 plastics. You got a Fluke right here and you got a Swimmin Fluke right here. These are both Zoom. You can twitch this just like the jerkbait and let it fall, and it'll have a slow fall rate, and that will just entice bass to come eat one. You can throw it up shallow, you can throw it out deep, you can get it around grass, rock, wood, I mean just so many different scenarios. And as you fish with one of these flukes more often, you'll start to learn that fish love them, and they are great tools at finding fish and catching fish. And along with this one as well, it doesn't have that sharp tail, but it's got that paddle tail, which puts off a little bit more vibration. You can put a Texas rig on this one to get it down a little bit deeper, but if you just throw it up shallow and it's got grass and you're just ripping it free of that grass, bass will come up and they will get reaction strikes on these and they will just inhale them. And especially if you throw it out deep, if it's summer months or anything like that, you can let it go down deep to where that grass is growing, ripping it free the same way, and those fish will come out of that grass and they will nail one of these. So definitely give both of these a try because you'll probably catch a lot more clear water bass with these 2. And pretty much this one's my go-to. It's so hard, it's so hard not to use it for me. It's just so good of a bait. It doesn't have much to it, but that little bit of movement that both ends when it's wacky rigged, it just makes bass go crazy. They just want to eat it. And whenever you're throwing these out, you just throw it out, let it have a slow sink on just weightless, basically, is how I like to fish it. So many other ways to fish it. You could Texas rig it, Carolina rig it, I mean just about every way you could do a plastic, but I prefer weightless, wacky rigged. And the reason is other places with that clear water where people are just like, what is wrong with the bass? Why will they not eat? I've gone to those same places, wacky rig, Senko, yum ding, or whatever stick bait you throw on there will catch them, I promise. Unless there's seriously something wrong, but it's a no-nothing bait. You do nothing. You just throw it out, let it fall, pick up your slack, make sure you have a tight line, and then all of a sudden it's loaded up. You got a bass. So definitely give these a try. All right, this last one is a really good lure. It's a finesse, it's just a bitsy bug. It's a finesse jig. Just imitates about a medium-sized crawfish. You can get different colors, but I got a twin tail grub on there, so it just has that pincher fluttering, and it just works awesome. And whether you're down towards the main lake on a dam where the water gets clear typically most of the time, or you're on a river with that current and it's washing away the bottom, the sediment, and you've got a lot of rock, those crawfish are usually in that rock or around that wood to where it transitions into that rock, or around points. Just so many situations with rock. And that's why I love a jig whenever I'm trying to slow down. This is my slow down lure, and jigs are known to catch bigger bass. So with this little setup, with the twin tail grub, it's so hard not to go wrong. And you can do so many different ways. You can even take this and you can swim it just like you would in any of these other lures. Taking it up shallow and swimming it through the grass, swimming it through trees, just all different situations. As you fish all of these lures, you will definitely start to acquire a little bit more knowledge and experience to learn how to fish them and where to fish them. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you guys, and if I maybe missed a lure that you guys would have thrown out and thrown one in this situation. But thanks for watching, you guys, and subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.